Today, Will, we're going to
Yes.
talk about Pokemon, the first movie.
Okay, good. Yeah, I've got my Pokemon gear on. I haven't got like a proper Ash Ketchum set up yet. I'm working on it.
I wish I had an Ash Ketchum hat. That is like my holy grail item. Like, I want a snapback with that design on it.
So I went
The,
into a shop
the
yesterday,
green.
and they had the hat, and I knew we were going to talk about this, and I was very tempted to buy it. But it was 17
You had the
quid.
chance.
It was 17 quid.
Yeah, that's a steal for that. Like, if
They're
that was
mass
officially
marketed
licensed,
pieces
it probably
of
is officially
junk.
licensed.
Like,
if you went to the Pokemon Center to buy that would probably set you back £40.
Really?
Absolutely. Like, you have no
you
idea
could
how
Amazon
expensive
this for
Pokemon
like.
merchandise is.
I know, but this is one of those like I don't even know what to call them. They're just stores with like loads of merch from all different. So they've got like loads of mainstream stuff like Star Wars and Harry Potter merch, and then they've got like this whole
Like a
anime
Hot
section.
Topic or something.
I don't know.
Forbidden Planet, maybe.
Oh, it's not. It's not a chain. I don't think. I think it's independent. It just gets loads of stuff like loads of T-shirts,
pretty
loads
cool,
of loads of the boxes. A bit like a really knick-knacky HMV, but like a bit more nerdy. You know,
I'm
like
there.
the
I'm into it.
mystery boxes you get as well. They have some of that. So
Yeah.
what I also saw in there, and I took a picture of it because I was like, why is this expensive? They had a copy of, oh my god, there's so many things that I did yesterday, but they had a copy of, there we go, the Demon Headmaster for 18 quid,
Demon Headmaster.
the BBC series that was on about
BBC series, The
15,
Demon Headmaster,
20 years ago for 18
for
quid.
£17.99.
How ridiculous is that?
Honestly,
Like,
probably a bargain.
Probably a top quality production.
Physical media, Will.
Did you watch it?
When they
It's
when they
ridiculous.
erase the Demon Headmaster from all streaming services worldwide, you will be the proud and only owner of the Demon Headmaster, and then you can inflate the price massively, take it to auction.
There was
You'll
also
be rich.
I would be rich. Look, we're moving on from that because I also went into this craft festival, and they had these life-size R2D2 drones that were remote control, and someone was controlling it with a Xbox controller and just driving it around.
Oh, that is so sick.
Yeah.
How much? You got to tell me. You
I
got to
have
be honest.
no idea. I don't think they were selling them. It was a robotics company. I guess they must have been selling them. I guess that's how they make money. But they had loads of like 3D printed stuff on tables, like helmets and stuff from Star Wars and other things. I didn't. I was too shy to sort of go up and chat with them. But it looked pretty cool. Pretty impressive.
That R2D2 did look very, very good. Anyway,
Tangent aside, Pokemon.
of course, Pokemon. You love Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I think most people on the planet love Pokemon. It is the most high-selling, high-grossing media franchise of all time.
I'm really just hoping that someone sat there like, I hate Pokemon. I hate it.
I hate Pokemon. I always like Digimon better.
Yeah.
Get out of here with your generic sweeping statements. But today we're looking at what I think is, for me, as a kid who grew up around this time in the early 2000s, one of the most culturally significant moments of this franchise. And that is, of course, the dubbing and the releasing of the first Pokemon movie in cinemas and just and worldwide for the first time. Like, this was a big deal.
It's huge, yeah.
This is, and I think it still remains, if I'm correct, one of the highest grossing anime movies of all time, full stop. It's like at the top of the list, behind like some really heavy Studio Ghibli style hitters. Because, I don't know if you remember, Will, but the 90s was Pokemon fever.
Yeah. I remember. Actually, I don't remember. I was still quite young in the 90s. I mean, we've had this conversation before off air and stuff. Like, we grew up playing, well, I say playing the card game, collecting the cards at a bare minimum. I don't think I really knew how to play. Just used to be like, mine's better than yours because it's got a bigger number at the top.
My number's bigger than yours, therefore I win.
Yeah. I think, I've just Googled it. I think it's 10th now. The first Pokemon
10th?
movie.
Wow.
Behind number
So at
one,
the time,
Demon
that's-
Slayer.
Number one. Yeah, to be fair, Demon Slayer as one of the only movies to actually release during the pandemic in Japan, and everybody just going, "Oh, absolutely, I need to go see this." I would liken the Demon Slayer hype around Mugen Train to be about equivalent to the Pokemon hype that was happening around the time this movie came out.
Wow, that's
because
huge.
Good lord, it is, I think, one of Japan's best performing movies ever.
Do you want to go through the
If
top?
not the best.
See if you can quickly get the top 10. You've got 10
Okay,
and you've got 1.
I've got 10, I've got 1. Weathering with You.
Yes, correct. 8.
Your Name.
Yeah, 3.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Yep, 5.
Spirited Away.
Yeah, 2. That's good.
How many have I got?
I think you've got 1, 2. You've got 1, 2, 3, 5. You've got 8 and 10. You've got 6. So you need 4 more.
4 more. Okay.
Some of these, I mean, I've heard of most of these. There's one I haven't.
Ponyo.
Yep.
Yes.
It might surprise you. I have
3
seen.
more.
I have seen 2 of these in terms of
Mononoke.
no,
Not Princess Mononoke. Damn.
not according to this.
All
list.
right. I've got 2 guesses left.
So I
to
have
get the last
I have
2.
read some of this series in manga form.
Oh, One Piece Film Red.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. 1 more.
I think you got 2 more. To be fair.
There's 2 more to get, but I'm only going to give myself 10 guesses to try and get
Oh
them.
right.
Otherwise
Okay.
I'll be here forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Last guess.
I have watched the series.
Can I ask a question? Is it? You've watched the series of this?
Yeah.
Oh, balls.
Like, just on in the background, some quite nice action.
Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Yeah. Well done. Yeah. Good.
Ah, 9 out of 10.
The other one was Stand By Me, Doraemon?
Doraemon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That tracks. That makes sense. That was huge when it came out here. It was the first 3D CG Doraemon film. Anyway,
Pokemon.
I'm distracted. We're talking about Pokemon.
That was fun though.
Good stuff.
Well done. So
Right,
yeah.
So what's happening here, Will? It's Pokemon the first movie.
Yeah.
Run us through. What's so different about this? Why is it movie worthy?
Because it tells the story of Mewtwo and everything resets back to 0 at the end, which I always forget that he just wipes their memories at the end of the movie and puts them back in.
He absolutely does. And also
transports them
seemingly
all
teleports
back.
them all back there.
Yeah.
And they have the same conversation.
Resets the conversation. Like, did he know what they were talking about? Like, how...
Did he...
Has
Did
he
travel
time
them back
travelled?
in time?
He's just sent them back
Did
in
he
time.
There's so many questions.
He's got a time turner.
Because it's like, yeah, it's like we can't allow typical shonen film shenanigans. We've got to reset everything back to 0.
But also just
But the more you
unapologetic
think
with
about
it.
yeah,
Just-
he's
he
like,
just does
I
it.
shall wipe your memory because it's better for you not to know.
Okay.
But I learned some valuable lessons here.
Yeah.
Should I not keep those?
Honestly, can we talk about Mewtwo? So the whole point is that that humans create Mewtwo. Why am I explaining the plot of the first Pokemon movie? Who is watching this and doesn't know the plot of the first Pokemon movie? Like,
Oh, I have a question though.
Yeah.
To do with the plot of the first Pokemon movie.
what the f*** is happening?
The version that you... Yeah, what the hell is going on? The version you watched, did you get the 10-minute prequel with Amber 2, Charmander 2, Bulbasaur 2, Squirtle 2?
No.
Ah, see, that must have been the re-released version that I have on my Blu-ray.
Oh, right.
So it adds in this extra little bit of backstory at the beginning. But if you've not seen it, doesn't matter. It's just Mewtwo is sad as a baby. That's all you need to know.
Mewtwo is sad as a baby.
It's a really cute baby as well. He's like a little chibi Mewtwo.
So
it is adorable.
I thought he was just created as Mewtwo. So he wasn't. He grew and existed outside of being what we see in the movie.
Yeah.
That has blown my mind.
So
Because he wakes up and he's like, "Who am I? You guys are arseholes, and I'm going to break out and kill you all now.
I'm going to blow you up now.
And I
Yeah.
was thinking
Also,
at the time, he's very sentient and very sort of knowledgeable about like what's going on in the world, given the fact he's just woken up. So if he's
born.
grown up, they put that in to so that I couldn't say that, right? They were like, hey, in the future, Will's going to say some stuff about Mewtwo being too sentient and too aware of his surroundings.
Too sentient. Yeah. So how can we like show that he's gained intelligence and has learned stuff?
Yeah.
10-minute bonus anime in the re-release for the 20th anniversary. Sick.
Yeah.
Nice one. What do you think of the tone to this? Because I thought, and reflecting back on other Pokemon movies, and we will look at those as time goes on. Joining our new series, we watch all 30 Pokemon movies in order, including the double feature that was the same both times. Anyway, I digress. I feel more modern Pokemon movies have gotten a lot more tame in their depiction of the conflict and the depiction of what's happening here. Mewtwo is a unit in this.
Always.
He is coming out
so overpowered.
He's coming out the gate. He's gunning for blood.
He does not.
Like he is taking scientists
He's not
out.
phased by anything. Nothing. He doesn't have any weakness. Like there is no weakness here.
No.
Just.
Do you know what Psychic's only weakness was at the time?
No. Dirt.
Bug.
Was it
his only bug types?
Are you sure it wasn't pocket sand?
Pocket sand.
Can you imagine Ash just going up and going?
Mewtwo's accuracy has been lowered. Ash just goes to punch him, and then in his other fist, he's like wham, smashes him with the sand, and he's just like dick.
It's like that opening scene of Demon Slayer when he throws the axe up, and lets it come down. Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, he's got spatial awareness. My one weakness. Yeah, but yeah, what did you think to the tone of?
Oh, it's great. That's what.
More...
Like honestly, nearly in tears again at the end of the movie. Like it's so. Even moments throughout. Like I think. You put you put something cute and cuddly in a vulnerable situation like Pikachu, like when he's running away from the Pokeballs that are trying to catch him, and he's just using the last of his strength.
Run out of breath.
Sort of, yeah. Like it's heart wrenching, and I think it's really nice to see that side of it and to do something a little bit different and a little bit more mature in terms of emotional vulnerability with Pokemon. However,
I remember back when.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Back when this first came out, speaking of the emotional vulnerability of it all, before going to see it in the cinema, Mum would like kind of pulled me to one side and was like, "Oh, like I know that you really like Pokemon, almost too much, but I've seen on the news that apparently this film has quite a sad ending. Apparently, now brace yourself.
Wait,
the main character died.
She spoiled it.
Don't be stupid. She did.
She
the
spoiled,
audacity. To spoil the first
Pokemon movie. And
I'm like,
oh, mate.
you don't know what you're talking about, Mum.
No wonder you are the way you are.
I'm watching Pokemon. Thank you very much, Mum. I love and respect you, but also that was a dick move. Like, come on. So I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about, Mum. I'm currently watching Pokemon on my Saturday morning CITV show, and it's Pokemon Johto Journeys. He's got new Pokemon, whatever. This takes place before that.
Yeah.
He's not gonna die.
Yeah.
He's alive on Saturday mornings. I'm like, you silly lady. Off I go to the cinema. It gets to the 50-minute mark, and bloody hell, Ash gets smashed by 2 Shadow Balls, and he's a living Han Solo encased in carbonite.
Who knew that was the power?
I lose it.
Who knew that we could turn people to stone? And
I guess like tearing a 10-year-old limb from limb with massive psychic energy isn't quite a PG-13 move.
Yeah, but also, who knew? Because nobody. It's not a thing. And also, who knew that tears of Pokemon would revive said stone person? Like, it's interesting lore, isn't it? So, yeah.
It is very interesing lore.
Yeah.
That is never touched upon again.
Yeah.
Because if you had a
petrification,
cure-all, literally... Oh my god, is that the twist of Doctor
Oh
Strange?
my god, we just cracked
like
it.
A huge fight.
Senku just goes up there and it's the Muse fighting. He's like,
And he's like, this is exciting. He has to go and reinvent the Pokeball.
Yeah. What a crossover. That's a crossover we need. So yeah, so as a whole, this movie there's a lot that I don't really get watching it back again. So one thing in particular is Mewtwo's motivation in general. Like,
I'm going to genocide the planet. What's there to not get?
I mean that is his motivation, sure, but he's also very he's very particular about making sure that everyone knows he's the best Pokemon trainer as well. Like, there's no need for him to do all of this in the slightest. He spends so long, like, he's not in support of humans training Pokemon and Pokemon being human slaves. Like, that's something he is from the beginning. Like, this is wrong. These Pokemon have betrayed their Pokemon brethren. They need. I'm not even going to save these
comrades.
Pokemon. Yeah, comrades in arms.
Join me.
So he's like actively displaying all of this hatred against this system. And he's like, but you know what? I'm the best.
But what if I'm the best?
I'm the best at it. It's like if
I think.
Sorry,
I think this is a problem of the translation and the dub for this, because I assume we both watched the dub, right?
Yes, yeah.
So there's an element to this where edges have been somewhat sanded in order to appeal to American and Western audiences, and especially at the time, 4Kids, the company that dubbed and brought Pokemon to the West, they're known for making lots of questionable translation choices to ensure that they can get the cartoon past quite strict American like moral guidelines.
Yeah.
Because obviously you want Pokemon to be a Saturday morning cartoon that everybody is watching.
Yeah.
The standards for that in Japan are a lot more different than in the West, and especially if this is the big movie.
Okay. So what are you telling me? What are you telling me, Sam? What are you telling me that was the original intent? He didn't want to be the best of the very best?
No, he had created an Ubermensch of cloned Pokemon who were going to repopulate the world once he kills all of the lesser, weaker, natural-born Pokemon.
Yes.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
But in the original, I don't think the Pokemon trainer aspect of it, instead of going up and saying, like, we can read into that. We're adults, I hope, and we can, like, read context cues. We can say, oh, he's clearly trying to prove that his species is superior. But you can't bring eugenics into a kids' movie in the early 2000s. You can't have Mewtwo say, I am genetically superior to you, therefore I'm going to prove it through battle. Like,
no, but he's not battling.
Well,
we know that he's the best of the best. He's adamant that he's going to be the best Pokemon trainer of the rest. He even
I'm saying that's a dub addition. I think that is him. I think in the original he's not talking about being a Pokemon trainer. He's just like, I'm stealing your Pokemon.
So why is he battling them?
Like new guys. Again, I think that comes into his like desire to prove himself and to show that he is.
But
better
he's not
than
proving
Mewtwo.
himself. He takes off. He takes off any he created these Pokemon
because he's Mewtwo. He's a complex, right? He's trying to prove that he's better than Mew. Like being called Mewtwo makes him feel lesser. It makes him feel like
he's got an inferiority complex. Yeah.
Complex, and I don't think that is explained adequately enough in the film. He goes into
you wanted a cutscene where he was sat in the corner rocking and just going, I'm as good as Mew, I'm as good as Mew, I'm better than Mew.
I'm as good as Mew, I'm better than Mew, I can kick his ass. He's just a cute little cat thing.
He is a cute little cat. Like, he literally meows.
He is a little arsehole though.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that he turns up like to the epicenter of an apocalypse, and it's just like Mewtwo's monologuing, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah,
he's just zipping around like.
But that's great. Like, he's like an
like
actual Pokemon though, whereas Mewtwo's just like a villain. It doesn't really matter that he's a Pokemon. He's just a villain. He's the bad man.
He's just a baddie.
Yeah.
His voice is incredible though.
His voice is incredible. What, in the dub? I don't know what it's like in the in the original Japanese.
In the original, it's actually a really famous Japanese drama like actor, and the director said, "I'm not making this film unless we can get this guy to voice him."
Okay, cool.
And so for years, like a lot of Mewtwo's personality is linked to the characters that this actor played, and that's why he's so kind of he waxes lyrical so often, and there's a lot of philosophy going on and whatever.
Cool.
But in English, it's Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, see, I didn't know that. Can I also bring up another problem that I have then? So you've pushed aside my quarrels with his motivation, which I don't know. I don't think you can just get rid of them. He's very adamant that he's going to be the best of the best. But anyway,
yeah. I think if we're judging it solely off of the dub, I think you are right. It is a bit weird that he goes, I want to be the best trainer and also be the best Pokemon. Like, can't have both.
Yeah.
Can't have your cake and eat it. Like,
yeah. But there is one other thing that I think is very bizarre, and I want to see you try and defend this.
Alright.
The whole moral of the show, the whole moral of the film, the movie, right?
The movie, yes.
The first movie, some might say.
The first movie, some might say. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Is that fighting is bad.
No, I have the same issue. Continue.
So at the end, it's like, God, this is why fighting is wrong. Brother, this is why I won't fight again. But Pokemon is a fighting show. Like, the whole point of Pokemon is that you battle them against each other. To be the very best.
Adore the line. Pokemon weren't meant to fight, and they must have realised, like, as they said the line, like, oh no, actually they literally are coded to do that.
Yeah.
And so they go, not like this.
Yeah.
This is too brutal. Ooh,
yeah, this is too much.
Turned off their powers.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I turned off the Pokemon's special powers. They can't use their flamethrower anymore, so they just have to just cockfight to the death.
But going back to my previous point, turning off their special power, like, that was the trainer side of you. You trained them to have these special powers to show that you're the better trainer, and now you're going to turn off the special powers so they're equally matched, and then they just reach this impasse. So, like, what have you proven here? You've just made it easier for them, and nothing has been accomplished except both sides are weakened. Just seems daft.
But then they all cry together.
They all cry
together, and then Ash is healed, and I cry too because Pikachu's sad.
I know. That's the problem.
And then I forgive everything that this movie has gone wrong.
That's exactly it. You go through all of it like, hold on a minute, is this working? Oh,
this doesn't quite.
Yeah. Also.
The mouse is sad.
The mouse is sad. No. What? Oh.
No.
God. Yeah, I'm sad too now. Poor mouse. And he's just there electrocuting him. He's just there he's just shocking him.
Oh God. And
that's
I think this speaks to the voice actress, because Pikachu's voice actress is the same in English and Japanese.
So it's not done by an actual mouse. That's disappointing.
Well, no, not yet. We have the technology. But you can hear, like, her voice, like, wavering as she's shouting, chew. And it's like, damn, you went all in on this.
All the tingles. Okay. So, like, it is forgiven by everything in that end scene, but boy, does it make it hard to get there. Have you got anything else you want to say? I've got a few little bits and pieces that I just want to throw in there. But
I've got a couple of just, like, observations. One of my favourite parts of this whole movie is the opening fight scene with the other trainer.
Yeah.
Where he turns up and, like, interrupts Ash's lunch. It's just well animated.
Yeah.
In English especially, with the main theme song remixed.
No, that is what are they doing with that remix?
It's so good.
It's not. It's like a boy band's like auditioning on X Factor to try and show all of their range.
So breathy.
Oh, it's
does
ridiculous.
It. I'm like, yes.
And
you've got like the dun 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 dun, and it's
so strainy.
The guitar kicks in, and the ball is being
thrown in the voice.
No. You're wrong. You're on the wrong side of history.
I am not.
Will.
What would be wrong with the original soundtrack? Like, I can't get hype over this sort of dainty little
Backstreet Boys version of the Pokemon thing.
Yeah, no, not.
You're objectively wrong. But yeah, the fight is amazing. Yeah. They even tease, they introduce the idea that the movies start to tease future Pokemon and future series. We see a Donphan, which hadn't been in Red and Blue yet. That was Generation 2 Pokemon. Yeah, I just love it. Loved it to bits. And I think the animation for the fights throughout is very consistently good. Yeah. The Charizard fight in particular is like...
Did you like the giant, the big 3D castle that he's sort of residing in?
You know what? They gave it a shot.
Yeah, they did.
And for the most part, once they were in the castle, it was all hand-drawn backgrounds and layouts.
I really liked...
But then again, the doors happened, and I was like...
Yeah.
Oh, that's a choice.
Yeah, that is a choice, definitely.
I've seen anime open doors before. What? You didn't need to do this.
No. I also... There was a moment when they tried really hard to do a rotation of the camera around Brock as he sort of sat there, and it's good. Like I had no problem with it whatsoever, but I was just watching for the drawings, and you see like the wobbles of his arms as they're like redrawing every single frame.
Yeah, they're like
it's just like
zip in.
Everything's wobbling. Yeah, it's good. Also, can we just? I'm not sure. You know when they're all trying to get to the island and they can't because they don't have any Pokemon strong enough to swim that far. Like, that's pretty poor from Misty, right? She's a water Pokemon master.
She is the water gym leader of this entire nation.
Yeah.
And do better. Go to a PC, seriously. Get your Gyarados.
Yeah.
Off you go.
And clearly not, but doesn't Ash have a Lapras or something that he can just go across?
That's Orange Islands. That's after he loses the Pokemon League. Yeah. Okay. I think by the time Ash and Co get to the island, and when they're like, let your Pokemon out of the Pokeballs and go and mingle with the fellow trainers, we see how woefully incompetent Ash is compared to the rest of the trainers here.
Yeah.
Like, you've got a dude with a Gyarados who can use Hyper Beam. Ash's Squirtle is getting annihilated in that situation 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
bro thinks he's part of the team.
Yeah. Just evolve it. Seriously, it's measly. I mean, I love him. I love Squirtle, but come on.
Yeah, I like the diversity of the teams as well. Like, we see lots of Kanto Pokemon that maybe we wouldn't get to see.
When you play through the game, what is your strategy? Do you I don't know. I don't play the games enough to know. I haven't played them for years, but I don't know enough to sort of talk about strategy in any detail. But obviously, when you go through, you sort of choose your team, and some people will go down I'm going to go down a water route, or I'm going to go down a fire route, and have the majority of those sort of elemental Pokemon on their team.
So do I stick to a theme?
Yeah, do you stick to a theme, or do you just go for breadth, or
I go for the ones that I think look the coolest. Most times.
Okay.
So I've recently
the one that's founded in statistics the most. You know, the one that you can really back up.
Does it look cool? I'll raise it.
Yeah.
The most recent game that I played through was Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
And my team by the end of it was mostly Pokemon that I liked from past generations that look really cool.
Yeah.
And maybe 3 of the starter, and then this weird pink thing with the giant hammer and a ghost bladed knight. And I was like, yes.
Cool.
Sold.
Alright.
In the originals, it would usually just be whatever looked again, I go off of aesthetics and visuals quite a lot. I'm like, does this look strong? Sure, I'll use it. I need a fire type.
Yeah, fair. I just used to power up my Rhyhorn and Rhydon as much as possible and just charge the shit out of people.
I used to go with Nidoking all the time, dude.
Yeah,
Nidoking until the day I die. I love that thing so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, right. That was good. That was good fun. Mewtwo's a lot shorter than I remember as well. I always, when in the opening scene, he's
I think he's got an official height.
You actually looking at him?
Mewtwo.
He looks bigger as the series goes on.
5 something.
But
actually, no, he's 2 meters tall apparently.
But no, he's not.
Charizard is 1 meter 70 centimeters.
Charizard
is the same size as me.
No.
I've outed myself as a short person here, but yeah, it's weird, right? You imagine Charizard, he's this big looming.
Well, that's because he is. That's a lie. We talked about this briefly with Digimon, haven't we? About how sizes change throughout the show depending on what they're doing with the character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
How the perspective
whatever.
works.
All right. Well, let's leave it there. Should we move on?
Nice one. Let's move on.
All right.
Yeah, the tone as well is a big factor in the enjoyment, I think, for this movie. We both said we liked the darker tone that this took and the way that it has this more brutal edge to it. But then if you switch over and watch the first 3 episodes of the cartoon, it's all, well, actually,
No. But yeah, the Spiros.
I was going to say the Spiros.
Whoa.
Like, I think
that's
at
the
the
same
time,
feels. Like Ash is
Yeah.
getting pecked to death. Like,
yeah, that this kid is dying.
yeah.
And that Pikachu is dead.
And Misty's bike, like
Center.
Misty's bike gets broken. Like, that's sad.
That's a death,
Yeah,
as
that's
far
a
as I'm concerned.
That bike.
That's a fatality for the series.
Yeah, it doesn't go away. She keeps bringing it up.
You killed my bike.
Yeah. Get some perspective, Misty.
Hey, come on, Misty. Stop it.
Yo, where's my
Yeah,
bike?
I think.
Yo, where's my bike?
What's the bike though?
Where's my
Do
bike?
you know how much these cost? It's $1 million polka dollars. You read that right? It's $1 million polka dollars. Like, I know that that's like an allegory for yen.
Yeah.
But $1 million is still a big number, even when you convert it.
Yeah, especially
Get
for
me my
10-year-olds.
Yeah, especially for 10-year-olds. Get your ass to the league. You're going to be running that Pokemon League again and again and again until you've got enough money to pay me back. Oh, you won? Big whoop. Go fight the Elite Four. Get back in there. Here's a max potion.
Misty's running a ring.
You're welcome.
Right. Just like, okay, so
I like this character. I like aggressive Misty.
You've won. Right, okay, so here's your money, but I need to take this for your rent, I need to take this for your food, I need to take this for your equipment. Like, come on, this is for my time and energy. Okay, now this is for my bike. This is your first payment of your bike. Okay, now go off, go do it again.
No.
Don't know what
Hey,
that
Ash,
accent is.
Look, you're not really you're not doing this fast enough for me. But I know a guy down this alley. If you give him your kidney, let's wipe say 50k.
Yeah.
What's that kid there with the weird dog and the chainsaw sticking out his face? Oh, don't worry about him. Like, but you know, he's used the service. He can speak to its success.
Yeah.